Meet Sid and Sam. If you didn't know their genetic backgrounds or how they were raised, it would be difficult to decide if Sid or Sam was the right ram for you. They both look physically similar, but how do you know what genetics each ram will pass on to their progeny? What if one was a twin, and the other born to a mature ewe? Or one had been affected by disease, and the other had access to better feed before the sale? You can't determine which ram will produce the better progeny just by looking at them. It's not that simple. How do we account for the factors which may affect how the ram presents on sale day, and more importantly, how its offspring will perform? We do this with Australian Sheep Breeding Values, or ASBVs. They're the best prediction for an animal's genetic merit for a particular trait and an indication of how an animal's progeny will perform. ASBVs allow you to compare the real difference between the genetics Sid and Sam will pass on to their progeny. There are ASBVs for many different traits that impact the performance and profitability of your flock, including growth traits, carcass and eating quality traits, wool traits, reproduction traits, and even health traits. ASBVs are generated from the data your participating stud breeder collects from the animal in question, as well as from its parents and other relatives to provide this prediction of genetic merit. Let's take the ASBV for yearling weight. Sam is actually physically heavier and older than Sid, but their genes tell a different story. With Sam's ASBV for weight at plus 10 kilograms compared to Sid's at plus 14 kilograms, the physically younger and lighter Sid is actually 4 kilograms genetically superior to Sam for this trait. Since Sid's progeny will receive half their genetics from Dad, his progeny will on average be 2 kilograms heavier than Sam's at yearling age. Now let's look at the ASBV for yearling clean fleece weight. Visually, Sid has a heavier fleece and had access to better pasture. But when we compare the two rams genetically, Sam has an ASBV of plus 18% for yearling clean fleece weight, while Sid's ASBV is plus 14%. When you compare Sid and Sam, there's a 4% difference in yearling clean fleece weight. And since half this genetic advantage will be passed on to progeny, Sam's offspring will yield 2% more yearling clean fleece weight than Sid's. As you can see, simply selecting rams on their visual appearance alone has limitations in identifying the ram that will have the biggest impact on your productivity. Which is why ASBVs, which are a measure of the traits that will be passed on to progeny, are an essential tool to be used alongside visual and structural assessment. When applied to ram selection decisions, ASBVs can significantly improve your flock's performance and profits for many generations to come.